Thank you for that message. Now we'd like to welcome Mrs. Penny Evins, the head of Collegiate School, to the stage to say a few words.
So it's windy, so I'm going to take just a moment to clip my speech in, so bear with me. Those are some hard acts to follow, from the musical performances to those incredibly courageous seniors who battled the wind. These are big shoes to fill, so I'm going to do my very best. Good afternoon, Collegiate Cougars. You really are a beautiful sight. Do take a moment to look around for those of us in person and take in the sight and the vision of each other. As mentioned by Cameron, this year is different. Different is neither good nor bad. What is predictable can be comforting, but variety, creativity, and mistakes lead to joyful discoveries. I look at this year, 2020-2021, as full of potential for creating beautiful moments and memories for collegiate and for each and every one of us in this world. So if this year were an engineering assignment, an original dance competition, or an obstacle course, we'd be judged by our flexibility and our ingenuity. And that's a big word for being unique and original. Thousands of hours were spent solving the puzzle of how to get nearly 2,000 Cougars onto this campus every day, safely distanced and engaged in learning, both in person and our virtual friends. And here we are. And I want a huge round of applause for every one of you for being here. I cannot say thank you enough to my colleagues, to your parents, your caregivers, to the family systems, the friends and the experts all over the world who truly continue to harness ingenuity and teaming to make this school year possible. Your patience, which was mentioned many times, and your partnership are critical for our continued on-campus experiences and our remote offerings. Students, each and every one of you, thank you for your can-do spirit and your resilience. Seeing you learning and growing at Collegiate each day is really the best gift and inspiration to all of us. Keep up the responsible behavior both on and off campus, please. I am thrilled to enjoy this Convocation for 2020 with you because of your responsibility. So Convocation, it's a word, it's a thing we do at Collegiate, but what does it mean? It means being part of a larger whole. Collegiate's Convocation tradition began in 1999, and 22 convocations later, here we are. To all of my kindergarten friends who are busy with their beads and the turf and staring at their big buddies, I want you to show me the number 2 on each hand. Each hand, seniors, 8th graders, 4th graders, adults, join in. That's 22. Way to go. This is our 22nd convocation, and here we are. Great job. We are gathering to create new relationships, and the goal of our community on this day and every day is not about perfection. Let me say that again. The goal of the collegiate community is not perfection. Instead, it's about being an interdependent team of people. We lean on each other and we learn from each other. Collegiate is a learning community, and as such, we find beauty in the learning journey, and we celebrate the mistakes that signal effort. As head of school, I know in my heart and in my head and in my gut that we have what it takes for us to have a successful journey this year. How do I know this? Well, right now, all I have to do is to look out at my seniors and my kindergartners, and I know we have the human potential of what this is going to take. Our seniors are being the role models that they craved when they were younger. And our kindergarten buddies are both inspiring and inspired. It's a virtuous cycle here at Collegiate, the true gift of a school community dedicated to creating connections, to person-to-person relationships, to build responsible citizens for the greater world. Today, Cougars of all ages are able to join us from homes and from offices, from classrooms and from here on the field, together for one great convocation. While the definition of convocation is a formal assembly of people, Collegiate's convocation, in my opinion, is really not about the event, but instead about the feelings that are evoked from the people with whom you're sharing this experience. It's my hope that today's convocation and each day at Collegiate will fill you with a moment of joy, many joyful connections with hope and with great pride. Yes, as said many times today, gatherings this year require us to cover, to clean, and to keep space between as responsible Cougars who use creativity and adapt. So thanks to the hard work of our facilities team, of our teachers, of our staff, my administrative colleagues, and loads of volunteers, we have so many wonderful indoor and outdoor spaces and virtual spaces to learn in and in which we are able to build community. As individuals, as classmates, and as teammates, and as a school, our learning is really much more dynamic and far more visible than ever before. It is beautiful. The beauty comes from the oops of COVID-19. How many of you all out there have read the book Beautiful Oops by Barney Salzberg? I have. Okay, some hands. Good. I'm not alone. Well, in the book, mistakes become beautiful new opportunities. A tear on the page that one was coloring becomes the mouth of an alligator. One of the morals of the story is that creativity is critical to making the best of situations and learning to turn mistakes into opportunities. Henry and Cameron talked about memories and talked about growing up here at Collegiate. To me, growing up means I've made more mistakes and I've learned to welcome the mistakes. Growing up is not about being perfect. Collegiate values a love of learning, and as mentioned by Cameron, we change and we advance and we become better versions of ourselves when we adapt and when we grow. Let's not look at this year as something to finish, something to get behind us, something to be done with, but instead, let's seek the lessons to hold on to long after COVID-19. Our seniors, you all wanted nothing more than to get to know your kindergarten buddies, and you looked forward to it since the day that you started your journey here at Collegiate. Seniors have discovered new ways to bond with their kindergarten buddies. They're going to discover even more ways to know you and to grow deep friendships with you. Yes, it is a different kind of buddy relationship this year, but perhaps it's sweeter than ever before because you're more focused and you're putting new energy into creating magical moments, despite the obstacles. The collegiate experience, as mentioned by Henry, is about small moments. It's about connections. Well, last Friday, I experienced such a moment when I was visiting the lower school with Ansley, my cougar pup. Excited kindergartners and their teacher were right over there, and they were taking a discovery walk. They couldn't wait to see what was ahead. And just ahead of them, the junior kindergarten teachers asked if their students could meet Ansley. Our youngest and newest cougars waited in a line, full of patience, with great manners. They took turns to greet me and Ansley. According to the teachers, one of these cougars had been sharing with his whole class almost every day for a month that he waited his whole life to be here and meet Ansley. His whole life. I was able to be there for his magical moment simply by walking around our campus with my pup and a mask. It was magical for me. Every ounce of effort that I saw our entire school put in since last March was worth it. It wasn't the way I thought I would meet him or any kindergartners. In some ways, it was a beautiful oops. It was a simple and unexpected shot of joy. What a gift it is to grow the good at Collegiate and beyond. The small moments, as Henry said, in our learning community are made possible with your active participation, with your contributions of heart, with your contributions of mind, your kindness and your respect to foster connections. So in closing, I ask all Cougars who are joining us today to participate, to engage, to support us, to support each other, and find energy in knowing that you are part of something much greater and much bigger than yourselves. Just as the 10th anniversary of our International Emerging Leaders have displayed this week, they've adapted to the now. They've teamed virtually, globally, to discover and problem solve for a better future. Do your best to make connections, to contribute to helping others achieve shared goals, and find solutions together. I'm honored and I'm humbled to be a part of this community where adults and children pull together with our core values of respect, of community, of excellence, of a love of learning, and of honor. May the small moments of collegiate amongst the classes of 2021 and 2033 inspire us to do big things for this world. It is my hope that this convocation fills all of you, all of us, with positivity in our heart and a can-do spirit. May we move forward together as learners through the beautiful oops of COVID-19, both proud and humble to be a part of something much bigger than ourselves. Thank you. So seniors, please stand. I charge you and I remind you to serve as leaders, person to person, as stated in the framed quote that I gave you at the start of this year. The quote from Mother Teresa calls the class of 2021 to action. Do not wait for leaders, do it alone, person to person, in the small moments to create a beautiful school year. Seniors, please remain standing, and I ask that everyone join us in standing for the playing of our alma mater, Hail Collegiate.